The events of today in New Zealand need to be a wake-up call. Not just passed off as something that happened to somebody else, and what a shame, and oh, what a tragedy. Really what needs to happen is we need to start talking. We need to understand that it's not an us versus them thing. It's not one particular sect's ideology versus all of the people in that particular sect. It's not about this race excoriating this race. This is really about human beings being human and feeling for one another and understanding that we come from different walks of life. We have different opinions, obviously. We have different ways that we were raised, different struggles, different views, if you will, on what may be considered right or wrong, depending on your individual experience in this life. But the one thing that we all have in common is that blood courses through us and that we were born with love in our hearts. What happened between birth and now is a mixed bag. You just don't know. But inevitably, what we're all sort of bound by is the fact that, again, there's love coursing through us. And we need to get back to understanding that, embracing it. And I believe a lot of that comes from just talking. We don't talk enough. We make assumptions. For instance, when I want to have discussions about race, it makes people gloss over and shut down. And that's not really, my goal. My goal is more than anything to allow us all to really understand where we all come from and what our actual points of view are, and not throwing a bunch of labels around. Labels mean nothing when it comes down to skin and bones and what physiologically makes us who we are. We're all pretty much the same, if you think about it. And again, I think we're a little too smart as human beings. I think we allow ourselves to be easily manipulated by the media, to listen to a bunch of what popular people say and take that as law. And we don't really question enough. And that questioning comes from talking and being present and having an opinion and not getting emotional when someone doesn't agree with you. It's really just about getting it out on the table. And I think if we do that more, that will allow people to feel and to really sort of rationalize their thoughts, their behaviors, and hopefully get us all back to a place where we're being conscious about the decisions we make. We're being conscious about the words we speak. And we allow each other the benefit of the doubt and allow each other our own individual experiences without there being a right or wrong way to live, a right or wrong answer, any of that. So my heart goes out to New Zealand. I was just there, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful country with beautiful people, and they didn't deserve this. In fact, no one deserves this. No one deserves for a zealot to wreak havoc like this. But let that not be an excuse to tune out. Let it be an excuse to be a little bit more and go outside of yourself a bit and start having discussions with your Muslim friends or your black friends or your white friends, and both being okay with each individual's answers, but trying to develop an understanding of what we're all going through individually. And then also just getting your voice heard, because sometimes that's it. You just need to be heard and validated, even if you're right, even if you're wrong. Again, this isn't about assigning blame or finding a winner. This is really just about having the discussion. So, again, I love you, New Zealand. Like I said in my post, you didn't deserve this. You're beautiful people. Stand strong. We'll get through this. And if anyone wants to discuss, feel free to reach out to me. I'm good on that Zoom meeting, and I'm definitely good having discussions that are difficult. And if you're not feeling comfortable having it in an open forum, reach out to me. I'm no expert necessarily, but I've got some pretty good opinions. I've lived on pretty much of a long and very fruitful life, so I have some thoughts. And And again, I love a good discussion, and it's something we need to do more often. So thank you. Hang in there, New Zealand. I'll see you in August, and everyone else, spread some love today. We don't enough hatred, enough bias, and enough opinions not based in fact. Let's get back to what really matters, and that's loving one another and caring for one another, and doing our best to understand one another, even if we come from different walks of life. Thank you, and have a great Friday.